Hi, Flosstube. Well, it is the 2nd of August, so I'm not kind of on time with this whole monthly video thing. And I've got a finish, very exciting finish, with a very exciting bit to go with it. Giveaway, what? And also WIPs and some stuff I got. And I'm going to do the behind the scenes tag that Jessie Marie did. So let's just dive right in, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to start with my finish. And it's an FFO, because shut up if I'm not organised. Oh, it's quite big. Ready? Ready? Oh my gosh, I can't even see what you can see. There we go, you can see it. I'll just stand up. How about that? So we have Battle of Hastings. Got a bit of it there. There we go. Battle of Hastings is all framed and done like a dinner. So I finished this about 2 weeks ago. I finished this, and it didn't take me long to finish it. I think when I did my last video, I was up to around here somewhere, and I had this much to go a month ago. So I just knocked it out in a week or two. It was much faster than I thought it was going to be. And then I got myself a frame. I'll tell you all about the framing in a minute. And I framed it up today, and I am just so tickled pink with this. It's got non-reflective glass, but on the video it's a bit tricky. But I'm still very happy with it. Lots of dead people, lots of corpses. Haven't actually done a head count yet, but it's a nice little violent piece. Anyway, I'm just so stoked with how that has turned out. And if you remember, this was a gift for my husband. He requested, he said, I don't know, a year and a half ago, he said, oh, is there something, you know, Viking-like, medieval-like? And I started looking stuff up. And actually, he asked about this when I got back into cross-stitch a few years ago. And when I asked on the groups, the only things that people can suggest at the time were like heaven and earth designs. And I don't do heaven and earth designs. But then he said one day, or one night actually, he said, oh, is there like a Bayeux tapestry? Or how do you say that, Bayeux? No, that's how I say it. Anyway, I looked it up, and there it was in France, so I ordered the kit. And I started this in Stitch Mania last year. Whoops. It actually didn't take that long stitching time, but, you know, other WIPs jump up and get in the way. I just want to show it all the time. Look how cool it is. It's really big. Anyway, it's awesome. I'm just so pleased with that. I don't know how many finishes that is this year, but that's a good one. So, with my Battle of Hastings, this frame I ordered online. And I ordered it from a company called frameshop.com.au, and they are based in Sydney, in Rockdale, I think. No, not Rockdale. Starts with R. I'll put it down here. And I discovered them when I ordered just some mat board for that project that my mum finished last time, and we ordered the mat board from them, and it was great. It was cut out beautifully. Anyway, so because Battle of Hastings is such an awkward size, this was going to have to be a custom frame job. And professional framing, as you know, is very expensive. Macintosh Mill I had framed last year, and it is a very similar size, and it was about $350. And because I've been framing my own in pre-bought frames, I thought, okay, I can tackle this. I just need to buy a frame. And I found this website, and they have a fantastic interactive website where you can upload a picture, upload an image of your cross stitch, and you can select from a huge range of frames, and it will put the frame around your picture. You can even choose mat board colours and put that in, and it'll show it. You can do a double mat, you can do all kinds of things and play around and try different frames and all this sort of stuff. And then you can order just the frame, you can order the glass, you can order everything. You can even order the foam core board pre-cut, which I got as well. So I went through and chose the frame, and I'm so pleased with the frame. It's exactly what I was hoping it would be. So it was the website was really fantastic. It was really a true indication of what the frame was going to be. I got exactly what I was hoping I would get. And then I chose the glass, which is non-reflective glass. And the frame, I believe, I think it was $69 or $59. I can't remember now. And then the glass, and then there's foam core board and the shipping. And in total, for all of that, it was about $93. So it was under a third of the price of what it would have cost me to get it professionally framed. And I am just so pleased with it. Really, really happy. So anyone who's in Australia who wants to frame their own piece and you need a custom frame, I would highly recommend that you check these guys out. Their pricing is great. I ordered this on Friday and I got it today, and that's Tuesday. And that came from Sydney. It left Sydney yesterday at 3:00, which was Monday, and it got to me today at about 3:00. I just think that is just awesome. So it was 2 business days, less than 2 business days, and they shipped it, and I got it the very next day. So within 3 business days. That you cannot beat that. That is awesome. So, yeah, if you want to do your own framing, I really highly recommend you check them out. I think their prices are on the money. The quality of this frame is beautiful. I'll show you the back. The great thing as well, plenty of room to put your cross stitch in. Like sometimes when you buy a frame, it's designed to only have a photo put in it, and because you're putting in, 3 or 5 mil. Well, you can use a 3 mil foam core board, and then you've got your fabric on that. So you're at least 5 mils, if not 6 or 7 mils thick in the frame. But this is able to accommodate that, which is fantastic. Really sturdy, nice string here, beautifully done, really nice fixtures. It came with a bag of screws and other fixtures, I guess if you had another way, if you wanted to screw it directly to the wall or something. Anyway, happy as a clam. If you do order from them, just let them know that it is for a cross stitch and that you'll be mounting embroidery in it, and that you will need that allowance, just to be sure that the frame will have that, because I let them know that, and he wrote back and told me that yes, it would definitely fit, and he would make sure it was going to be, and that the foam core board would fit in there, and it does. So, I mean, for $350, which is what Macintosh Mill cost me, compared to $93, that's a huge difference. So, about a year ago, I finished a piece called Macintosh Mill, and I got such a positive response for that piece that I did a giveaway. Well, I thought I'm going to do it all again, because I've had such beautiful comments about this piece, and because it's not a pattern that is easily accessible, it's something that you need to order from France. The name of the company is, I'm sure there's a beautiful French way of saying that. I actually think they just opened a store in Beijing as well. Anyway, they have a physical store in France, which I know a couple of you have been to and sent me some photos of, and it looks beautiful. But you can buy all their patterns as kits or as charts on their website, and I was very pleased with their shipping and all of that. Anyway, but you can't just walk into your local whatever, Spotlight, Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, whatever it is, and buy this pattern. So what I've decided to do is to re-kit it and do a giveaway. So when you buy the kit, you get these, and I've spoken about this before, but let's just do it all again. When you buy the kit, you get these. This is the floss that you get. Laine Saint Pierre, and it is a wool blend darning floss, and it's quite fluffy. It's not cotton. It's not silky smooth like DMC or anything like that, but it gives a beautiful texture to the piece, which I think makes it quite authentic. So if you buy the kit, this is what you get. Now, in saying that, I've re-kit it with DMC. Okay, so what you'll get from me is, this is all I have left of this stuff. So what I've re-kitted it with is DMC, and I've done those conversions myself. You see there, and this gives you an idea of what the original colours look like. Just try and fan them out a little bit. A bit messy, but you get the idea. So you can see that's a fair conversion. I've run out of the dark blue in that. I completely used that up. So I'm going to send you one skein of each of these. I don't know how much you'll use. So if you need an extra skein, you can buy an extra skein. But those are the 7 colours. Now, if you're interested in knowing what numbers I have used, we have 471, 3847, it's like a teal, 823, 311, 320, 783, and 815. So those are the DMC, so you'll get one each of those. You'll get the chart, which is, won't show you the chart itself obviously, but it is quite large. It takes up the back sides of these 2 sheets. So you get a bit of a history, you get, you know, stitches and colours and whatnot. And then the chart itself is also colour. But because there aren't many colours, it's quite okay. Some of the greens can be a little confusing. The colours they've chosen for these 3 aren't that, well, I photocopied mine, so I worked from a working copy of a colour copy. But just be careful of that. But I didn't have any problems, but just the colours are similar. And yeah, so you get that chart as well. And it's in very good condition. I used a working copy, like I said, so the chart is, yeah, it's good. It's a good working chart. It's in French and English, in case you need it. I used I did 2/2, and I used 2 for backstitch as well, which is what it recommends. And what I'm also going to throw in as well is some linen. Now, my piece I stitched on 28 count. This is 32 count because that's what I had in my stash, but it's the same colour. So I'm throwing in a piece of 32 count ecru linen, Belfast. So you get that as well, and that's generously cut. So I think you get at least a 3-inch border on that. But if you want to swap it out from some 28 count linen, go crazy. Do what you like. If you want to go ahead and order you can order these separately, but then you may as well just buy the kit, mightn't you? So this is for someone who doesn't mind stitching with DMC, and look, DMC is great. I know some people are already planning to stitch this with DMC, and I've given them my conversions. And yeah, so this is for someone who has enjoyed watching this piece stitched, who would like to stitch it but doesn't want to have to go and purchase it from France and deal with Euro conversions and whatever, and is happy to stitch it in DMC, these beautiful DMCs. And I've just pulled all that from my stash, so and I'm sure I'll find some other bits and pieces to throw in there for you. So that's going to be a giveaway. Giveaway. So if you want to win the Battle of Hastings re-kitted kit, I'm putting it in a bag that it came with as well. This is a little bag that came with the kit with everything in it, and it gives you some details there about what colours they use and stuff like that. Yeah, so that is up for grabs. One lucky person I will send internationally. Now, to enter, what do you need to do? This is what happens when you don't script and you don't know what you're going to this is what we're going to do. So if you'd like to win Battle of Hastings kit, comment down below and let me know when you would start stitching this, your plans. Obviously, I'd like this to go to a stitcher. I don't want this to go to someone who's just randomly jumped in and thinks they're going to buy it, going to win it, and then go and sell it on eBay. This is for a stitcher. So I would like to know your plans for stitching Battle of Hastings should you win it. Yeah, so good luck with that, because here is the coincidence. So I said that Macintosh Mill I finished a year ago and did a giveaway. I believe that was for my 1,000 subscribers, and it was for my Flossiversary, my 1 year anniversary. Well, I now am 50 subscribers off 2,000 subscribers, and it's almost my second Flossiversary, and we're doing another giveaway. So this just seems right. And plus August is my birthday, so word up for me. So it's giveaway time. So, yeah, comment down below. I will draw, when will I close this? Oh, I should have thought of a date. Let's say the final Saturday, the last Sunday of August. The last Sunday of August, which is, so it'll be open for almost a month because, you know, it's not first in best dressed, is it? No. Sorry about this. The last Saturday in August is the 27th. So it'll close on the 27th of August. So that is in almost 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks. So there we go. Now, let's talk about other stuff. I'll just show you some stuff that some things that I've recently acquired. And I'm not a big stasher, hoarder, but look, oh, so I went to a craft fair called Craft Alive that came through town. Me and my Stitchy girls, well, two of my Stitchy girls, Jenna and Virginia, we went to Craft Alive and we were there for 3 hours. We got sucked into a void. It was awesome. We had coffee, we had cake, we bought stain remover. He did us, look, we could not refuse the deal that this man was doing. I know it was a craft fair, but we were very happy. We were completely convinced. I haven't used it once. But yeah, we went, there was a wonderful, what is her stall name? I'll put it down here because I've got the name. We found this one lady and her stall, and she's from Queensland. And we just were so very, very happy. Because we live in a country town, a large country town, but a country town nonetheless, all we have here is Spotlight, which is the equivalent of, I don't know, a Joann's, but probably not nearly as much cross-stitch stuff. It's a craft fabric store. We have Lincraft as well. They have even less cross-stitch stuff. We do have one needlework store, but it's more patchwork. Well, there's two, but they're both patchwork stores essentially, and they just do a little bit of cross stitch. So anyway, when we came across this lady's stall, we were just in heaven. She didn't have patterns or anything, but she had all the accessories. She had even seen Thread Heaven for us, was pretty exciting because normally we have to order it online. And she had bow and needles in bulk, and she had just needle cases and things, and we were so happy there. Anyway, she also makes little bits and pieces, and she made little needle book, which I know are easy to make, but she made them so much better than I could make because I'm not a stitcher. Anyway, and then I stitched on my size, my needle sizes, because I put on 24, 26, 28. It's my 3 Bowen sizes, and then beading needles. Oh, isn't that nice? Made me so happy, that. So very happy. What else did we get from her? Oh, I got like a needle thread. I didn't get much, but gosh, that was lovely. And I could have, she had mill heel beads, she had DMC for the same price that Spotlight's on, which is $1.20, which is very reasonable. And she also makes these fantastic project rolls. And it's a roll, like a cylinder that she's covered in fabric. And then it rolls out this long piece of fabric, and she makes them custom size, and then you lie your project on it and roll it up. Anyway, we are going to treat ourselves, us Friday Night Stitchy girls, and we're going to order ourselves one each, because at the moment I keep my WIPs in a pillowcase, and that's just not on. Anyway, so that was awesome. We had fun there. And what else did I buy? Oh, this wasn't from that lady. This was from another one. This is from Cascade House, not to be confused with Colour Cascade. This is Cascade House. And, yeah, I know, I feel a bit disloyal to my cross-stitch family. I bought an embroidery kit. Well, is it a kit? Well, it's not really a kit because it doesn't have the... Well, I guess it is. No, it's not a kit because it's embroidery. So it has to have fabric because I'm new to this. Anyway, I've never done embroidery before, but I am completely motivated by colour. Colour is what makes me want to stitch things, really. And I saw these colours and I went, I'm getting on that. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful colours? So it's all DMCs. There's quite a few. Oh, gosh. 1, 2, 3. There's like 38 colours in this. That's okay. Anyway, but I love the colours. And I'm going to learn embroidery on this, which is pretty exciting. I guess you can sew the fabric. I don't know. Is this sharp? Look at that. See? Hey, and it's like lined or something. It's like a different, it's all, edges are all serged and everything. So it'll be a good cushion size anyway. So that will be, that's a project for 2017, she says. And it's got all these really good instructions inside. So I'm going to learn stuff. Looks very clear. Anyway, so, oh, embroidery pattern. How exciting. By Hazel Bloom Camp. Hazel Bloom Camp. Those people. Yeah. co.za. I think that's South Africa, isn't it? I won't put that back in now and annoy you. Anyway, so I got that, so that's fun. And I ordered this. I ordered this because my friend's having a baby. Because babies are cute. I've got 2 friends having babies. Aren't I lucky? But one of them's a stitcher, so I guess she's going to stitch her own, isn't she? So this is for the non-stitcher. This is... Who's this by? Oh, these fellas. I think this is just called Feet or Baby Feet or something. Baby Feet. In black and white. That'll sit my friend's house. Anyway, she's having a baby in December, so I'll have to get stitching that, but it doesn't look very big. I better start that. And I found these today at my local op shop. Found 3 Paula Vaughan charts for 50 cents each. I got the seamstress, upstairs sewing room, and a cameo of the past. And I don't own any other Paula Vaughns, and how could I walk away from 50-cent Paula Vaughns? I don't have any plans on when I'm going to stitch them. I'm stashing those. So that's all just some bits and pieces. So I'll just do some whips, whip. So let's start with, what did I start the month with? So once I finished Battle of Hastings, what did I do first? Oh, I had my new start. I rewarded myself with a new start once Battle of Hastings was done. This is Celtic Christmas. I started her. Gosh, it's a nice thing to stitch. It's really lovely. Here we go. Started on her dress. Lots of red. Stitching this along with my friend Jan from Thread Garden. We both started this. And it's just beautiful colours. Beautiful, beautiful reds. So nice to stitch. Down here there's a lot of, it all becomes these metallic swirls in the bottom of her dress. You can see I'm down to here. So that was a week's stitching. Pretty sure it was just a week. Anyway, it went fast. It was really nice. And this is a Lugana, I think. It's an even weave. I bought it from the Crafty Frog in Canberra. I'm not sure of the colour, but it looks similar to mushroom, but slightly more grey than brown, if that makes sense. So that's Celtic. She is underway. So that's my first lavender and lace. Super duper exciting. Talking about exciting and babies. Congratulations to Mon Dot Stitches, who is pregnant with her 14th child. She is an amazing woman, and I wish her all the best. So we won't be seeing, I guess, some videos from her for a while, which would be sad because I love watching her videos. She's such an awesome stitcher, and she's pregnant. So congratulations. It's lovely. Babies everywhere. Everyone's having babies. Then after that, I'll show you Gypsy Queen. I'll show you where I'm up to with this lovely lady. Here she is. You all know her. Mirabillia. Oh, she's lovely. Now, what have we done since we spoke last? Oh, hang on. I'm getting myself all muddled here. Here we go. This is on a hand-dyed fabric from Sew It All. Is that it? So since I saw you last, I think I worked on over here. I did the metallics in this, like a lantern or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, so that's Petite Treasure Braid, and there's some Caram Water Lilies in here, and Petite Treasure Braid there. And that's just such a beautiful one to stitch as well. I can't wait to get back to her. Love her. Love her. And I've got Save the Stitches, which I did work on for a week. Now, this is a bit of a wine and whip for me. I mean, it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful, but I find it quite, I don't find it as relaxing to stitch as I do cross stitch. I find black work quite taxing. But this is where we're up to now. So all I did was just these four down here this month, which is fine. Progress is progress. And I have to admit, part of me did think, oh, maybe it's finished because it's a square. I thought, oh, well, there you go. I could just fill in these little diamonds down here. Just fill in those little diamonds like you see up the top here, like these ones. And we could call it a finish. And I could do the bead in But no, I don't think I can. I suggested that to my husband. He went, no, you can't do that. The pattern says it has to be like this. Little does he know I've changed all the colours and fabric, and he doesn't realise how many little tweaks and changes we make to a pattern. For him, he's like, well, this is what it says and it's how you have to stitch it. Anyway, I've decided that I'm going to not finish it there. I'm going to keep it going because it's just too pretty and I would love to see it all done. Next WIP is Teresa Wentzler, Mermaid. I've been stitching her this past week and this is where we're at. I think I was about to hear I've stitched this bit of the sky. So not a lot, but I've only stitched it probably 3 days because I've been watching Netflix, okay? And it's on my iPad, and this pattern's on my iPad. I can't do both. But I do love it, and I do want to stitch more of it all the time. It takes a lot of concentration because the blending. So it's not an easy sit down, just do, you know, it's quite confetti and stuff. It's not as bad as some, but it's, love it. I really like it. Anyway, so that's still on the go. But my rotation's working well anyway. I've got lots done. Like I've worked on a lot of things. I've worked on all 5 WIPs. 5, yes, 5. And here's my 5th. This I don't really count as a WIP because it's so small, but I've been stitching these since last September. I stitched that one in like a day in front of the TV because it was World Embroidery Day on, I don't know, was it Saturday? And I thought, I'm just going to sit here and stitch. So I did. So I stitched that one on Saturday and I got a start on that on Sunday. So all I've got to do is got to finish that one and then I've got to do another custard cream one. And then I'll have all 6 coasters done. So that's now, I can see the end is all of a sudden in sight with that. I've hardly stitched on these. These have just been, you know, if I'm deciding I'm going to stitch when I'm outside, which is very rarely, or if I just want to stitch during the day when my son's hanging around and I don't want to get out my frame and stuff, it's just good to just have something little to stitch on. So that's when I've been working on those. And here's my problem. Here's where I need some help, people. So these are coasters and I'm not sure how to finish them off into coasters. It's got me stumped. I did buy acrylic coasters thinking that I would just be able to put them in that, but the acrylic coasters are too small. They won't fit. I've ironed them and I've even put interfacing on the 3 of them. And I can't get my head around how I'm going to finish them off without them. I mean, if you put a coffee cup on that, it's just going to get stained. And what's the point? So I'm in a bit of a dilemma. So if anyone has any suggestions, I either need larger acrylic coasters. I can't find any larger ones. Or I need another solution. Or I need to just suck it up and just put felt on the back and do something. I don't know. Anyway, if you've got any suggestions on that, I would be very interested to hear your recommendations. Yeah, so that's all my WIPs and all my bits and all my bobs and my finishes and everything. Now I'm just going to tack a tag onto the end of this video. So this tag we're doing, it's the behind the scenes tag by Jessie Marie. And yeah, I've been watching people do this tag and it's kind of interesting. So I thought I would do it. So first one is, if you can, take a photo of your setup. So I have. So here's a photo. Yeah, so that's my setup. It's in my dining room. As you know, my Pyrex is behind me. I'm sitting here on the dining table. I have dual aspect windows, which is really good when you're doing videos in the day for lighting, but I do most of my videos at night because I have a child, preschool age child. My kitchen's over there and my family room's over there, and my husband's in the front room playing Xbox. So that's behind the scenes. That's normally what's happening when I'm filming, is my son is asleep. My husband's playing on Xbox with his mates. And I'm here with the cat. She's over there somewhere. Yeah, so that's my little setup. I have my WIPs and projects and things laid out on the table, so I've got room to move things around and whatever else. And I bring out my two. I've got two boxes that I use. These are in my cupboard. This is my WIP, and I have all my project bags for my WIPs in there, and my boxes. No, that was just the cat. I have a WIP box, and this is, well, it's labelled charts, but this is kits that I haven't started and stuff like that. This is my, if I want to start something, I pull from this box. So I often bring that out with me because I often have things in it like that. So I just bring it out with me and go through it and lay everything out. So I've got everything ready, and then I can put everything back in those and they can go back into my craft room. How did you come up with the channel name, with your YouTube channel name? Well, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? Pyrex Stitches. I collect Pyrex and I stitch. That's my thing. If you look on my Instagram, it says, what does it say? Pyrex, vintage Pyrex collector, cross-stitch stitcher, occasional caker. Very occasional caker. I only make cakes for my son's birthday. So Pyrex Stitches it is. When did you post your very first video to YouTube that was Flosstube intended? That was August 2014, 2 years ago. I think I posted a Pyrex video first, about 2 Pyrex videos. They've only had a couple of hundred views, whereas my cross-stitch videos get over 1,000 normally. So there's a lot more people interested in watching cross-stitch videos than watching Pyrex videos. And talking about cross-stitch, I could talk about cross-stitch forever. I can talk about Pyrex a lot, but I can talk about cross-stitch more. There's more different things to talk about. What do you use to record your videos? I use my laptop because I can see myself, which is really handy. So I know what you guys can see, and it's a good height. So I use my laptop. I actually like the resolution of the iPhone better, but my iPhone is crap because it's a 4S and it's old. And oh, look, cross stitch. Have you seen that before? I even have cross stitch on my iPhone. Oh, and that's a Pyrex pattern. See, Pyrex stitches. That's a Pyrex design. It's an extremely rare Pyrex pattern. If you ever see a Pyrex dish that has this pattern on it, you need to buy it and then you need to send it to me. No, buy it and keep it. It's worth about $5,000. I'm not joking. $5,000, and it's like this size. No, actually, 474, 475. No, it's that size. And they have sold on eBay for $5,000. It's called Lucky in Love. It's rare as anything, rare as hen's teeth. I'm never going to find it in Australia because it's American Pyrex. Yeah, anyway, so that's just a little side note. And I cross-stitched that onto my phone. Anyway, tangent. I have used my phone in the past. The camera on this side is really good resolution, but the problem is when you're recording, you can't see yourself. camera on this side is terrible resolution, but you can see yourself. But also my phone is just so old and crappy that I can't, the length of video was just no good. So I got a new laptop, and so this is what I use. The resolution isn't as great as I'd like it to be, but it's fine. It'll do. Do you record to software or do you record direct to YouTube? I record to Windows camera software on my laptop. Do you edit your video, and if so, what software do you use? Yes, I edit. I put it into Movie Maker because it's free, and it allows you to do some stuff like titles, and you can edit. It's pretty easy to use, chop and change. I used to use iMovie when I was recording on my iPhone, and I think iMovie is really good if you're on Mac, but it was only on my iPad, and no. Yeah, so I used Movie Maker. How many takes does it take you to film, or do you do it in one go? I generally do it in one go, but this video, for example, I had to stop and get up and go and get something, and then I recorded a bit. I forgot to record a bit about the frame, so I recorded it at the end, and then I'm going to edit it and put it towards the front when I talked about Battle of Hastings. So I do edit. I just cut and paste it. If it's not perfect, I don't care. But Movie Maker is so easy to use that you can just go up, put a split there, pick it up, drag it over there, you know. And I enjoy doing sort of technical stuff on computers, so I quite enjoy that part of it. It's quite fun. So how many takes? It's normally one, but, you know, shit happens. If things go wrong recording, do you restart or keep going? Shit happens. Sometimes you keep going. I don't like leaving in bits where, like, I did a big sneeze. I would edit that out. How long does it take from start to finish? So from the start of preparing your video to actually having it uploaded. It takes a hell of a long time, and that is why I only do a video about once a month. Now, I started recording this about 8 o'clock. It's now 9:30 at night. So it's about, to make an hour video, it's at least half an hour before, mucking around, getting stuff laid down. You know, then editing, well, you have to watch the whole video again while you're editing it. So that's another hour, 2 hours, because you're cutting and pasting and this and that. So it's like 2, 3, 4 hours probably from when you actually decide, okay, I'm going to record a video, get your stuff out, brush your hair, sit down, record, stop, have coffee, edit it while you're watching TV and eating chocolate. And then to upload it, well, then you've got to save the file in Movie Maker it processes it, and that can take a couple of hours, depending on the length of the video. But this video is going to probably be about an hour, I think. And then to upload it from that point up to upload it onto YouTube basically takes all night. I let it run overnight because it would just, my husband wouldn't be able to play Xbox if I started uploading it now. And so I just start uploading it when I go to bed tonight, and then in the morning I'll be able to publish it. So 12 hours, essentially, it will take from about 8 o'clock at night till about 8 o'clock in the morning when I get up and press publish. So that's why people don't make, if you make videos a lot, that's why people who make videos on a regular basis generally don't edit, because it does take so much time. And I upload wirelessly, and I think what I'm going to try and do tonight is actually plug it directly into the modem, which is just there, and see if that makes it upload any faster. But it's still the preparation time. I'm sleeping while that's uploading, so I don't care, but it's the preparation of the video that takes the time. So for those of you who don't make videos, that's why sometimes those of us who do don't make them for a while, because they take away a lot of stitching time. You know, this would be a perfect night for me to stitch. My husband's playing Xbox. My son fell asleep before 8 o'clock. I could sit down and stitch away. But I really wanted to make this video because I finished Battle of Hastings. So, you know, that's why I don't make them as often as I used to and as often as I like to. So, how long to start finish? Sorry, I wrote these down because if I look at them on a screen, it reflects on my face and my glasses. So I've done a bit of a shorthand list of the questions. Do you do any preparation or script? I don't do any script, but I do make notes. As you can see, they're very comprehensive. It says finish, BH, Battle of Hastings, haul, WIPs, giveaway, with an arrow from finish down to giveaway saying do the finish and then do the giveaway. And then I've got 6-month plans, which I've forgotten to do. So that's how much preparation I do. While I'm getting my things together, I will generally sort of start running over in my head what I'm going to say, but then I don't say it like that anyway. So no, it's pretty much on the fly, really. Actually, it's completely on the fly. And I find that's much better. It's much more natural. And the other thing I find much more natural is if you go back to my first video from 2 years ago, it was me filming with my phone, you know, looking at my WIPs in front of me. My face wasn't on camera. And I think the videos since I put my face on camera are much more natural, and I think it's a much better flow, and I think you get a much more I think you get to see what I'm like. This is me. This is how I am but you know what I mean? Like, this is my personality, whereas when I was doing it with my face not on camera, I think it wasn't as natural. It wasn't as good. I think it's much better and flows much better now that my face is on camera, which is interesting. Do you watch once published? I watch while I'm editing. Everyone says the same thing. You watch your video again while you're editing, and sometimes I do watch it again with my husband. Sometimes he watches it and I'll watch it over his shoulder and go, well, is that all right? Did I sound stupid? Was that okay? Oh, look, I said that about you. So sometimes I do that, but once it's published. And then before I do my video, I often just quickly fast forward through it and see where I was up to on my WIPs from last time. I did that tonight as well, just to sort of see where I was up to on all my WIPs, so you know where you got to this month. If you could change or enhance your video in any way, what would you do? I would film in the day so that you had. This is a beautiful room in the daytime. It's north facing. Now, for the people in the northern hemisphere, that probably sounds terrible, but just imagine it's south facing for you. In the southern hemisphere, north facing. So I've got sun in this room all day long. It just right across there. So in the day, I've got beautiful sunlight coming in here. I would love to film in the day, and I wish I had better resolution on my camera. But apart from that, this is how it is. Share any funny stories you have about videos, about uploading or making videos. Well, Benita was pretty funny last year, and Benita will probably be making an appearance. I've checked in with her, and she said that she's available for the draw at the end of August. So keep your eye out for that one. And just a number 14 question that has been tacked onto the end. I don't know if she officially tacked it onto the end, but I'm tacking it onto the end. Lindy Stitches, Stephanie, wanted to know, do people in your real life know that you make videos? And I think that's a really good question, because I'm exactly like you, Lindy. I mean, Stephanie. Lindy Stitches, we all, Lindenberg, yeah, that was good. I'm the same as you, Steph. I don't make this for my friends in my real life to see, except for my cross-stitch friends. So Virginia and Jenna and Julie, they're the girls who come to my house on Friday. They know I make these videos because we watch them sometimes. And Jenna watches Flosstube anyway, so she knew that I made videos. So she outed me. And so they know. My husband obviously knows. My parents know I make videos, but there's no way they'd watch them. And there have been occasions when I've been under the influence that maybe it has been revealed in certain social situations that I make videos. But as a rule, no. People don't know that I make videos, and I'm quite self-conscious about it. For a long time, I didn't want people to know that I cross-stitched because I thought it was a bit daggy. But now I will shout it from the rooftops. All my friends know I cross-stitch and they know I'm obsessed. But not all of them know I make videos, and I think some of them would be quite surprised. Probably not surprised that I make them, in that it wouldn't surprise them that much that I would make a video, I don't think, because it just sort of goes with my personality. It wouldn't be that, but they wouldn't realize, they don't know that I do it. And if I told them, they'd be like, what? You do what? Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. But I don't make it for them. Just like Stephanie said, I make this to share with Flosstube and other people who cross-stitch, because you get it, man. You understand me, and it really enhances my stitching experience to share it with other stitchers and to watch your videos and all of that. So there was an occasion, my husband's 40th birthday last year, and I don't know who said it, but anyway, we may have been drinking, and we had some friends here of his, and Benita got mentioned, and then anyway, they ended up watching the Benita episode of my channel. So they saw that I make the videos, and they weren't that. I mean, they thought it was hilarious that Ben was dressed as a woman, but I don't think it surprised them that much that I made the videos. So I don't know. So no, people don't know, and I don't really want them to know. And I'm happy for you to know. This is for you, cross stitchers. Yeah, so that's it. That's the tag. I'm going to go edit this. I'm going to go eat some chocolate. I might put on Netflix. I've been watching Weeds on Netflix. The main character drives me nuts. She's always slurping from a iced latte or something, or a can of Coke. But I've got into it. We're up to season 5 now. 8 seasons. Anyway, I'm rambling. This is the sort of thing I do edit out, but I'm going to leave that in so you can see the sort of thing I normally edit out. This rambling business. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget the giveaway. I'll draw it at the end of August. Comment down below if you'd like to go in the draw to win that. And that's it. See you later. Bye.